How you doing?
Well, what do you say? What are they gonna do?
I think this is Joe. I'm not sure.
Don't do that.
This is the old gift for the truck. Street sweeper.
Oh.
And what else?
Well, maybe.
I'll be one for them.
There you go. Don't get a mixer.
Public property. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no one of them. I'll read it, but the numbers. I was joking.
Yeah. And most of your roads are non. Yeah, speeding around.
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order.
Not that I can trust that.
Call the meeting to order October 14, 2024, 6:30 PM. Roll call, please.
Bennett.
Here.
Branch. Absent. Davis.
Here.
Farrell.
Here.
Stevens.
Here.
Trinka.
Here.
Washington.
Here.
Whitty.
Here.
Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the omnibus agenda.
I'll sing.
I'm in a hole back here, I'm sorry.
So it's George and Charlie. Roll call.
Sure. Okay, Bennett. Davis.
Yes.
Farrell.
Yes.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Trinka.
Yes.
Washington.
Yeah.
Whitty.
Yes.
It's time for the audience comments. You have like you to state your name, come up to the gate area. You have 5 minutes.
Sharon Guile. I did a search on the words historic district in the city ordinance in order to create what I passed out. The definitions at the top are accurate, but note that for some reason, the historic district or historic landmark definition is within the small wireless facility section rather than in the general definition section, which is where it should be. The list includes everything except as noted within them. For example, I did not copy the entire Division 7 C2 historic shopping district portion. However, note the varying names used from that point on. As mentioned during my ordinance comment committee meeting comment, there is rampant confusion, furthered by the city's inconsistent and confusing use of terminology between what was established as the historic shopping district and the Lebanon Historic District as listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Most people do not realize that the listed historic district is much larger than what's officially termed the historic district. As stated at section 32-725-2, there are state and federal rules regulating the protection of registered historical properties, AKA those listed on the Lebanon Historic District. I passed out a number of copies of the boundaries of the listed district, both for your convenience and to provide copies to those whom did not get one last week. Please share. As defined in section 36-270A, Lebanon's historic shopping district only extends along St. Louis from Monroe to Fritz Streets. This is the area intended to be different from the listed district, as is clear from section 36-270D, as it provides for folks outside the historic shopping district, but whose buildings, etc., are on the National Register, to petition to be included. Concentrating on a portion of the district is fine, but the name of the city entity needs to change so folks readily know to which area any discussion is referring. Briefly, as an example, note that even within the city ordinances, let alone informal and even formal discussions, in Article 8, Division 4, with regard to certificates of appropriateness, in A, the entire historic shopping district name is used, though by section 36-827B, which regards plan commission reviews, the name is just historic district. And section 36-828A states that aldermen representing the historic district should be at public hearings. By the definitions within the ordinances, this applies to the larger area listed on the National Register, not just the area along St. Louis Street. Following from my comments last week, strongly suggests the city, and specifically the Plan Commission, request the State Historic Preservation Office, that is SHPO, visit Lebanon to review the current status of historic integrity within the district and advise on which specific aspects contribute to the district's historic significance. This would vastly improve the Plan Commission's ability to do their job as listed at section 36-270C, refocusing attention on maintaining the historic and architectural integrity of structures in the area, and by doing so, steward these cultural resources as they ultimately contribute to the quality of life and the local economy of the city. Speaking of which, as I mentioned last week, the SHPO can also help turn historic buildings into economic engines, as their website explicitly states. Seems Lebanon can use all the help it can get to do so, as the Brick Street Plan says, utilize long history and charming architecture to draw visitors in and act as an economic engine for the town. Besides the example I mentioned last week, retaking advantage of our location on the historic Vincennes Emerald Mound Trail, another specific idea from another area could implement a variation of a story NPR had a couple of weeks ago about how Columbia Bus System built areas with higher sidewalks. I've got like less than 30 seconds. To ease entry onto buses by wheelchairs in a manner much faster than lifts lowering and raising. We already have these higher sidewalks in areas, and they were constructed for a similar reason. These areas are high because they are the trolley stops. They ease entry and exit from the trolley. This fact could be explained on historic signage, and instead of treated as obstacles, the higher sidewalks integrated into the streetscape. The SHPO can help with more ideas on maintaining the historic significance of architectural details and ease transit by everyone around town. You just need to ask. Thank you.
Anyone else?
My name is Nellie Beckwith, and I'm here tonight to find out what is going on with my rain curve and my driveway. Last week, seemed like everyone on the council said that we need to get it done, get it taken care of, hold the contractors responsible. So I'm here to find out if the mayor's holding the contractor responsible, what has been done about it.
Hello, I'm Stephanie McPeak. I put stuff on everybody's desk that should look like this.
and I'm just representing Fall Festival today. So last week there was maybe some confusion about what streets were supposed to be closed, what not closed. So I found the old agenda that did mention the side streets were also closed. So on the next page, I put a map. And that's the downtown area. So all the streets marked are where we had to close. The red is where we asked for it to close on the sides. The orange is where we actually put the barricades, because we don't ever actually go all the way down to Main or Center. So we leave openings for the alleys, so all the businesses can get through there, people that live there. We leave the parking lot by Ron's open there. We leave parking behind the eye doctor because they still have patients. On the last page, it just kind of goes over vehicle ramming self-assessment tools that we use when we're doing events. So vehicle rammings are a thing, people driving into crowds, it's getting more every year. I think last year at Fall Festival, we had at least 6 people drive through the event. So we kind of do an assessment, figure out what we can do. This year, we did ask Cody for city trucks, and that worked. We had nobody drive through the event. So I do want to thank Cody for doing that on his own time. I know you had better things on a Saturday. But it worked, and we had no drive-throughs. Everybody was happy at the event. And then I put a quick thing. I mean, we had 108 art, craft, food vendors, 12 different food and drink food trucks and vendors. We had to deal with bathrooms, trash. We had the school band, we had Lori Cummings band, we had the 4-H with animals, we had a Clydesdale. Everybody was very happy. Everybody had a good time. But there's just 2 of us. So 2 people planned that whole event and executed it with some help with Sherry. We had 6 volunteers in the morning that helped until 9. And then the rest of the day, it's just my sister and I. Until about 4 o'clock, we got some college kids come help people pack up. So that's what it is.
Wonderful weather.
We had wonderful weather, but the side streets were listed. And, you know, I just want to make sure that's clear because Witches Night Out's next week or this weekend.
This weekend.
And they use the same side streets, so I don't want any more confusion of why they're closed and then to let you know that worked. So thank you.
The merchant said, we'll probably one of the best fall festivals we've ever had also. Just to add to that.
I have another thing, but it's work related. Do you want me to come back for that?
You can, it is work related. She's gonna explain.
I did put one of these on everybody's desk as well.
Let's say.
So our app is live. It is working. You can download it. You can check it out. All the aldermen, you are users on it, so you can log in there and see what's going on and you can see it. If you have questions, you can come in and talk to me and I'll kind of show you and walk you through how you do it and how you look through it. But we have gotten got 2 probably within the first hour of people registering complaints, issues. So it's working. We've kind of softly launched it out there last week so we could work out some bugs, which we've done. And there it is. Pretty excited.
A big thank you to Stephanie for putting that all together. There was a lot of work that went into that.
Thanks.
That's a lot of extra work for her.
Is the
Besides
log,
the regular duties here.
yep, is the login the same as our email login?
No, this would be your GoGo login. So you should have created one, whenever everybody was added in. I think you would have had one when they did the enforce. So if there was an invite sent to you, you would have made a login.
I have to go back and.
If you can't, I can reset your
All
password.
right,
So just come in sometime this week or let me know and I'll send you a password reset.
yeah, thanks.
Does everybody want a password reset? I'm seeing.
You might want to do that.
Okay, I'll just send out new invites.
Thank you. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay,
I'll leave some of these out here with
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thanks.
I'm AJ Dotney. I will jump in behind her then. I may have been part of the confusion with the street closures because my events do not close the side streets. And I passed on some of the complaints from merchants and residents about the side streets being closed. So them having city trucks across the side streets was the very first time that they've done that. And that's where the complaint from the residents came, that they could not get through to their apartments or where they normally park.
But they went
Every-
down by the alleys,
They were this side of the
Right.
alleys.
so they should have been able to get down the alley.
They were able to get down the
Okay.
alleys, correct. They just weren't able to get to the first half of the side streets where some of them park and some of the, businesses park or have customers park on the side streets. And that's where the complaints came
okay.
from. Normally they would be able to maneuver around the barricades, get to their driveways, get to where they normally park, things like that. That's where the complaints came from.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else have a comment? Okay, I'm going with no. Now the alderperson comments? Any alderpersons? Yes, sir.
Couple of weeks ago or so, I was notified by, a couple of people in my particular ward that had gotten some information, that, the item was going to be, talked about and whatnot. So anyway, they called and asked me if I was coming to it, and I said, no, I didn't know anything about it. So I went up to Luann and she had the perfect, correct deal here. She sends out, these, notices for the planning commission, okay? But what we need to do, and she kind of brought that up and I think it was great. She said that she can just, what goes to a particular area, well, she can add that item to that item that you send out.
The older person.
The older persons, yes. And I thought that was really great. And that way, when things happen in your particular ward or whatever, there's a mass mailing to that area. She's gonna put that older person's name on there. And I just thought that was really simple and down to earth and good to hear from everybody. Also, I'd like to talk about, just, getting some, business cards. You know, I've had a number of people come up to me and ask me for a card and, so they would have my name and phone number and whatnot. And, I think they're pretty important to have that in the event. After all, we're trying to sell the, city here, and I would hope that we could do that. And that's about it.
That's it?
Thank you.
Okay, anyone? Yes, ma'am.
I guess for about a year now, I've been trying to find a shelter for the people in the city in case of storms. And I have not been able to find a place. So I am asking my alderperson brothers and sisters, if you know of a place, please let me know. Or maybe we can work on it together. Because this is something that I think we need to establish quickly.
Okay.
Then they brought up at one point, they were talking about the new grade school gym or one of the places that
That's
make the
out.
kindred.
That's out.
Yeah,
That's out.
Anything else? Any other alderperson? No? Planning commission report. AJ.
Planning Commission met on October 3rd to discuss an issue with property at 401 West Shoots. We thought it possibly needed to be rezoned, and after some discussion, it was decided that the issue wasn't with rezoning. We felt that it needed to come to city council to have the ordinances looked at and possibly be adjusted, and no further action was taken.
Okay, thank you. Streets and alleys, Bobby?
And we have nothing tonight, and we'll meet November 4th, 2024 at 6:30.
Thank you. I don't show anything under finance. Yolanda is not here. Does anybody have anything under finance? No?
We probably need to get something done quickly if salaries are gonna be established for the next 4 years, and that has to be done by the end of this month.
Yes, you have until the next council meeting, or if you, do a special
A special meeting, so, okay,
Sure, I don't know if it goes under finance or not. Yolanda's not here, she said. George, do you have that second map for the TIF district? I think you mentioned something about putting together
a second tip.
Second tip, no, we don't have a map yet.
Do you know when you're gonna get it?
Well, don't know where to get it from. I have to request it from,
I can just ask me. I got that info.
okay.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yep.
Ordinance, George.
Got a couple things, the first item. It was in, let me do a back up here. During the time we were putting this together last Wednesday or so, we, had 3 attorneys working on all the ordinances that we were trying to get through today. And the first item, which would have been answer Jessica's issue. It didn't, I didn't email it to Luann, so it's on the agenda, but you don't have the ordinance, so we can't really act on it. But a brief synopsis of the ordinance is that it changes ordinances so that there can be more than one principal residence on a property, a parcel, if it exists before today. So there will be no new additions. It also reduces the square footage for a building to be rebuilt as long as it existed today. That's the date on the ordinance. So that ordinance would do those 2 things primarily. So there's 3 ordinances that get changed. 1 for the principal residences, 1 for the sizes, 1 for the rebuild. So those will be taken care of at the next council meeting. One of the problems is that we discussed it in committee, but we didn't have the ordinance language anyway, so it's be good for the committee to see it next week, so we can get the ordinance language before we actually vote on it. It's hard to vote on something, an ordinance, when we've not seen the language more than a day or 2 ahead of time.
But you're leaving the date as October 14th.
Right, we're leaving the date as of October 14th. So anything that's built after today has to meet the ordinances that we have.
And I assume it'll allow that if something happens, I'll be able to.
Yeah, it says that you can rebuild on the same foundation or approximate.
Okay.
So it allows for the possibility that a foundation gets damaged and it can be rebuilt with slightly different dimensions, but it allows for those homes that are under 1,000 square feet to be rebuilt.
Thank you.
We haven't voted on it. Didn't make it to that.
Because we don't. Oh, I see what you're saying. We didn't.
Are we allowed to vote on, put that date on today's date, although it hasn't been voted on?
We can backdate.
Can you? Okay, I just want to make sure. that
Just leave that date on there. We'll make it easier.
We're gonna pass this one now, obviously, since they didn't have it.
Right. This will be passed on, so that one will be tabled till the next meeting. It'll be brought up at the committee next week. You do have solar farm ordinance, which is based upon the Highland City ordinance for solar farms. And we finally got the 2 Highlands removed from it that were stuck in there. This ordinance, you haven't had a lot of time to read it, you only received it a couple days ago. And I don't think we need to actually act on tonight. But as you've read it, do you have any things you want us to address in it? Since you've had it several days.
Just from looking at it, uh. It looks like we're giving this hour over to the mayor or the mayor's designee to change, to make whatever changes that's. They, person they say determines to be necessary. Not coming back to the council for approval. And should we leave that, or, I mean, it's not like we have a full-time mayor, I'm sorry. I'm not going against anybody in particular, I'm just thinking out loud, we've only got a part-time mayor, I mean, that's the way it's set up. So it's, if they like it, or they like somebody, or I could see where things might get misconstrued, or could be turned to make it look like somebody was for or against a certain person or a certain company that might be bringing things to us. I just think it would be better if it was coming to the full city council for that. The mayor could, they could go through the mayor to bring it back to the council. But I think that some of this stuff should be left for the full city council to act on.
You can, the easiest way to do it is if you can write the language you'd like to see and where you want it placed, so that I can do that and you can see it in writing in the ordinance, rather than just trying to wordsmith it here. We can put in there that I don't know specifically which sections you're talking about. So some things may need to be in there because the decision needs to be made quickly. And some things can wait until the council meeting. Most of the time, the mayor can make a decision on some of these things.
I don't think you guys need to make a decision on it tonight. I
No,
know
we
it's
don't.
not
No, I just was
So.
throwing that
if
out
you
there, I'm just
wanna-
putting it out for everybody to think about,
Yeah,
and we'll talk about it during.
Yeah,
yeah.
committee meeting.
If you could put that in writing, and get it to me, I'll get you copies for the next week's meeting with those changes in it, so you'll see what the change is.
but this is, we're gonna have to start doing this, more. Not voting on the ordinance the first time you get it,
Right.
because we are supposed to be having multiple readings on this, so. This one would be the first, then the committee would be the second, and then you could come and bring it the next. Council meeting would be the third, which is what we're supposed to be doing.
Anything else?
Nothing else tonight. We meet on November the 4th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay. Water sewer, Pat?
Not that I know
Okay. Cemetery, Mr. Trinko.
Yeah.
Okay. Health and safety, Ms. Washington?
I just got, the contract for the ambulance,
Oh, yeah, you don't eat.
so I'll have to go over that. But, our next meeting is October 21st at 6:30.
Okay. Public property, Charlie?
Yes, we have the surplus property tonight. We got the bids, open bids on 1999 Ford dump truck, 1997 bucket truck, and 2006 street sweeper. We received 3 bids on the dump truck, 1 bid on the street sweeper, and 5 bids on the bucket truck. So I'll start with the street sweeper.
Yeah.
They all have one.
Wait a minute, Charlie, I thought we only had bids for 1 truck.
We got the,
Where
right,
did the other truck come from?
which one are we referring to? The bucket truck? That was one of the many, correct, Cody?
I didn't know we had 2 trucks that we would.
You know what the dump truck, not the dump truck, but the bucket truck looks like, right?
That's the one you picked up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you didn't know that one was on there?
I knew one of them, but I didn't know the dump. That's the one I didn't know.
We got the bids, we got to open them tonight. And new one was
They've
there,
been posted in the paper, all the requirements have been met, they've been on the agenda.
Sneaky stuff. Go ahead and shop. Oh, you rest.
sneaky,
Yes, that's what I say.
Who's gonna get the street sweeper?
who's sneaky? That was just a room, the street sweeper.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie.
Okay, we got one here from Michael Harder, Harter. His bid is $5,678.88.
Said 88 cents, it got it.
That's right.
I bet the guy paid.
Hey.
Now, we're doing that for.
That's for the
That's a
street
street
sweeper. We make a motion to accept that bid on each one of them.
Make a motion to,
I'll make the motion that we accept the bid for the street sweeper.
Okay, I'll second it.
okay. Roll call.
Okay. Let's start with Davis,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes,
Stevenson,
Yeah,
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington.
That's what you got.
Oh, Whitty,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
What's next, Charlie?
Okay, we'll move on to the 99-350 dump truck.
Okay.
First bid is from an Alex Glenn, Glenn. His bid was $5,280. We'll go to the second bid.
Each one of those.
That makes me even last. No. Okay, we're with Michael Harder again, Harter. And his bid was $5,678.88.
Say that again.
Lucky number.
$5,678.88.
Same as his first.
Yes. Okay, that's second one, and number 3 here. It says truck on there, I hope it's the dump truck. Oh. Come on, get out of there. Now, false alarm, that's for the bucket truck.
So we only had 2 for the,
Yeah, 2 for the dump truck.
so Michael Harder. I need a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion that we, sell
Accept that bid.
the 99 dump truck. $5,678.88.
I'll make that motion.
Say what?
You need a motion?
He made the motion.
You need a second.
Okay, there you go. How much time do they get to come and pay?
No,
Don't know.
that's within this week.
Well, yeah.
Farrell. Motion's been made and seconded to
Yes.
accept the lowest, the highest bid.
yes,
Farrell,
yes,
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington.
No.
Is that a
Whitty,
no or yeah?
She said
No.
no.
Okay.
Yes.
Bennett. Bennett.
Okay. Bennett. Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Now we're going for
The bucket truck.
the bucket truck.
So we had 6 on that then.
Okay,
Bucket truck bid of $10,133 from Jeremy Coons, K-U-N-Z.
what was the last name?
Coons, K-U-N-Z,
Jeremy,
yes,
Mhm.
or Jerry, it says there, Jerry.
oh, Jeremy, okay. And this is for the bucket truck?
Yep,
All right, on the number 2. Okay, this is from John C. Knable Jr.
Wait a minute, John C.
Knable,
Knable, how do you spell that?
Knoebel. Jr. If you want to put that on here. And his bid is $15,522. On the next one. This one's from Matthew. Looks like. Fams, F-A-M-S. I'll let somebody else look at it and see what they.
Matt Harris.
The fair?
Matt Harris.
Okay.
Oh. Okay,
He's got his 2 R's together, looks like a him. Okay, and the bid is $6,500. Okay, this is from Mark Downs, D-O-W-N-S. And his bid is $5,001. That's it. Here we go from John Knable Jr. again.
mhm,
His bid is $7,222.
yes, he dropped that one off first. Of course, we didn't know which envelope was his,
Yeah.
and then he came back about a week later and said, you know, I want up that bid, so,
so he doesn't, we wouldn't,
no.
okay,
You take whatever one's the highest that you want.
okay.
Okay, and the last one. Drum roll, please. This one is from. Must have been a doctor, I can't read his signature. Greg. You know who it is, Cody? Greg, M-U-N-E-R, it looks like. Anyway, his bid is $66,500.
Is how much?
$6,500.
So Knable Junior at 15,522.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. So we would need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to accept the $15,522 from John C. Knable Jr. Sorry,
Bobby second. Roll call.
Stevenson,
Here, yes.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Farrell.
Yes. And that's it for me. We meet November 4th at 6:30.
Okay. Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Bennett.
Nothing tonight, there, meet October 21st, 2024, 6:30.
Okay. Work, you got stuff.
Okay, We had needed to prepare a resolution adopting the city of Business District Grant Program and other documents related thereto. You got a copy of the resolution, but there were attachments that we just received. Basically, it's how we fill out the forms and that kind of stuff. So, we need to have this passed to get up back to Moran, but, it has the, and yeah, and I just got these today, so that's why you guys don't have them. This is a district grant program agreement. And the, facade, interior, exterior repair and improvement signage. So I don't know how you want to handle this. Do you want to?
I would suggest tabling this until our next meeting, so that we can see those documents. That's gonna be a lot of reading to do.
Yes, it is quite a bit.
I moved.
Deadline on that one.
What?
I don't know. I don't think there's a deadline. We're not gonna implement this until May.
Right. So that's fine. I
Okay.
would suggest withdrawing it rather than table it.
We'll put it back at committee and you guys' decisions.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Now this is present for approval a resolution authorizing approval of joint funding agreement for the state participation for preliminary engineering. And this is for the realignment of the intersection down there. This is IDOT. We need to have this passed tonight.
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, wait, no, gotta get back to my paper, huh? Too much, too much.
Roll call.
We have a resolution. Who moved it?
I did.
Okay, George.
Pat.
Me, Pat. Okay, Trinka,
Yes,
Washington. We're voting on the resolution to authorize approval of the joint funding agreement for state participation for preliminary engineering on the the alignment of 50 and 4. Whitty,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson.
Yeah,
You have anything else?
Yes. I put on this on everybody's desk. The civility pledge. We're going to have to post this. So I'm going to make a kind of a plaque and put it in the frame, and it's probably gonna go right there. And we're moving that over there. And if you see any of us point to it, that means
Pay attention.
you're being uncivil.
And everybody signed this paperwork already. You've read about it, you've signed it, we're gonna try it again. Didn't
The
all-
state of Illinois wants us to post it, so we're gonna post it. All right. I won't say anything more.
No more?
No more, that's it.
Treasurer?
Nothing, Your Honor. Yeah, nothing tonight.
Okay. Okay, I have a couple of things. The first one is I am making a committee chair change. Finance will now be going to Charlie. And public property is going to Yolanda from here on out. So that's what we're gonna do with that.
They both agree.
Yes, they were both asked. I asked them to do it. This was not if somebody wanted something. But they both agreed graciously, so we're going to, that's what it's gonna be from now on. Charlie, Finance, Miss Washington. What are you doing over there?
My own business, Mayor. I ain't sitting there with nobody.
Well, you're just chuckling away.
She's drinking on the job.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. I'm drinking on the job.
Yolanda will be public property. And then I'm requesting to go into executive session under 5 ILCS 120, section 2, C11 of the Open Meeting Act to discuss possible pending litigation with an invitation to participate. Cody may come in that if we ask him to on that. So now I need the department heads, chief.
One thing, police departments assist each other all the time. So like Trent will help us out, Scooter will help us out, Fallon, whatever, and we reciprocate that same thing in the event they need additional assistance or we need additional assistance. So I'm telling you this because when I started back in '89 in law enforcement, the most dangerous job there most dangerous call to go on was domestics. Well, nothing's changed in 2024. And I'm telling you this, and I'll be brief, is that we assisted Mascuda on a domestic. One of our officers was injured. I won't say his name or the extent of his injuries. But the bad guy was ultimately arrested, charged with 6 felonies on the incident. So I just want you all to know that. Shifting gears, all I can say on this is we are making significant progress on our True Value Pharmacy burglary. Okay, if you will remember that. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Streets, Cody?
A little bit outside of streets realm, I do want to let you guys know today, on top of the great job he's been doing lately. There was an honor flight that came through today for veterans that are going to DC to fly in. Again, it was a little off today. RPD graciously stepped in. It was all organized through Clinton County. We were told within 30 minutes of them coming through for this parade that they needed the square blocked off. PD was able to help out, so good job, Chief, having your guys there on that. As far as streets goes, we're gonna pick up on Mercantile again. We got the conduit to put under the road, so that way, when we start the process, we don't have to tear up any road after the fact to get conduit underground, to run wiring underground. And that's all I have this time.
Okay, thank you. Water Penny?
Can I just yell from here?
If you can yell, you can do it.
The only thing I have is that we are done with free pouring, it's changing back tomorrow. So the pouring snow will go back away. And then, we don't do it, but SLM will start feeding ammonia again tomorrow. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Accountant? Yes, none. Unfinished business, present and approve the resolution approving agreement with 2 workplace for anti-harassment prevention training services.
At the committee meeting, there was a consensus to use I2I because it provides us 100 trainings, individual trainings, and that means any new employees, current employees, we have plenty to get through for $850. So I'm gonna move the resolution approving the agreement with I2I Workplace for anti-harassment prevention training services, and there's more to it in a moment.
Second, anybody?
I'll second that.
Bobby? Roll call?
No discussion?
Oh.
First of all the training for everybody current, the statute is, the training must occur within a calendar year. So everybody will have to go through training between now and December 31st. And it's about an hour on the computer. You can do it wherever you have a computer, you'll have a login. They will maintain all records, they will send certificates. so that we will know who was trained. And when we give them a list of employees and everybody else who needs it, with their email addresses, they will send out reminders if they don't do it. So it's kind of self-sufficient. I've talked to the owner of the company and she's excited. She's glad to get us because they're strong in Illinois. Illinois is their number one vendor. Or their number one client, or municipalities and schools, et cetera, in the state of Illinois.
And this is employees, alderpersons, plan commission, zoning board of appeals.
If you're on a board, a commission, or a committee, yes, it does not affect part-time. Part-time also need to be on it, but it doesn't affect an ad hoc committee. The statutes. So this is, you do anything, and we hope the 100 will get it. That's $850 for 100 packets, as they call
So let me get this right, for $850, we get 100 of them continuous. Like everybody, if we had 50 people for the first year, that'd be 50 people. Then the second year, we don't pay anymore. We have an additional 50 people.
I'm not sure. I'll check on that.
Okay.
But I did receive an email from them. They are gonna also, we're also required by statute to post certain posters, et cetera, in the workplace. And those posters will be provided by them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna say, we have all the documents we need, present training on one consolidated platform. By the way, managers get an additional training. So those who supervise employees get a supervisor training in addition to the employee training. So that's included in it. So our supervisors will get us manager training. They're gonna provide posters. We have the policy. Investigations training will also be provided, included in the annual subscription fee. And so it comes about, they're saying it's under $10 per employee.
I left out the police.
Yeah, the police department has to be in there too.
Oops, sorry.
All of our water department, streets department, office.
And that's not
personnel.
gonna be over 100 people?
No, it isn't. We counted it. It's about 60. It's about 60. So we'll have some, if somebody leaves, we have to rehire, we'll get 40 more. And it's good for 1 year. So we're buying it now, it'll be good for 1 year. We use 100, we'll probably have to buy some again.
But
next
even
year.
at $800, it's well worth the money
Yeah, it is.
to have somebody else keep track and harass people to get them to do it.
Right. That's well worth the money. We would be spending more than that. And then the fine for our size body would be $1,000 if we don't do it. So we're ahead of the game. As soon as we get the materials ordered, get with Michelle, give her the information to go online, and all has to be done online. Since we use invoices, we don't have a debit or credit card. She will have to make an arrangement to fax stuff to them. Pay it. It'll be done by some kind of a debit.
We got the motion in the second.
Second.
Okay, go ahead and do roll call.
That was the question. Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yeah.
Trinka.
Yes.
Okay, any other unfinished business? New business, request to go into executive session under 5 ILCS 120, section 2C11 of the Open Meeting Act for consideration of possible litigation. When an action against, affecting, or on behalf of a particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when a public body finds that as an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. There will not be a vote.
Also, we're going in under 5 ILCS 120C, strike that, 120/2C1. Meetings can consider the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors, a recreational education setting, or specific volunteers, including public bodies, legal counsel, or to hear testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, etc.
No vote after that one.
No vote.
So moved.
All that language. Second.
Second.
Okay. Whitney.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Davis.
Yes.
Farrell.
Yes.
Stevenson.
Good.
Trinka.
Yeah.
Washington.
Yes.
The answer.
Better now.